I'm really doubting about this episode. I don't know. Should I film it or not? Hell yeah, I am doing this. I am back in my Ukrainian outfit, wearing vyshyvanka. I should be honest with you, I was not planning to make one of those videos about Ukrainian traditions, but then I was thinking, this channel is not only about food, it's also about things that make you healthier, happier, and make your life basically better. So in this episode I would like to talk to you about some beautiful traditions around Ukrainian table, around Ukrainian national cuisine, about Ukrainian food. Hi everybody, my name is Tatiana Feshchenko and I am Ukrainian. Unfortunately, I think that some traditions are slowly fading away, and it's such a shame because, you know, Ukraine has so many beautiful traditions. It's insane, and I think that every one of us should cherish, value, and pass those traditions further to the next generations, because, you know, I remember the most beautiful memories from my childhood were actually thanks to the Ukrainian traditions. And in this episode I would like to talk to you about the most valuable and the most beautiful traditions I remember from my childhood. So stay tuned for more. Ukrainians are well known for their hospitality. So if there are some unexpected guests or guests are dropping by, you will be fed and served the best food. I even read this historical article about traditions in Ukraine, and they even mentioned that some families were giving away their best food, but was sort of like saving this food for the guests that might drop by. So if you are visiting a Ukrainian family or Ukrainian house, be prepared, you will be quite full. So I advise you actually not to eat maybe one day in advance. Table in Ukraine is really loaded with food, with different traditional Ukrainian meals. And they are not necessarily very healthy, but they are all homemade, and those are made from the vegetables that were grown in the gardens of the host. So you will be quite impressed by this. Sometimes you have no space to even put your own plate on this table because it's so full. In this way, Ukrainians are showing that you are very welcome in their house, that they like you, that they respect you, and that they love you. So I strongly advise you to come on an empty stomach if you are coming to visit some Ukrainian family. I know for Western cultures it might sound a little bit strange because nobody is pushed or insisted on to eat or something, but in Ukraine it is considered a little bit even offensive if you are not agreeing to share a meal with a Ukrainian host. So, tradition number one, if you're coming to a Ukrainian party, the table will be full. Tradition number two, personally I love this tradition the most because I remember it from my childhood, and this tradition was actually sitting around the table after your meal. I remember when the guests are visiting our home and the home of my grandparents. At certain moment when everybody had a very good and heavy meal, guests would start to sing Ukrainian national songs. And it's so beautiful, you know, at certain moment everybody calms and it's silence in the room, and then my father or my grandfather would start to sing first and every guest would start to sing along. And it was so beautiful, you know, because the full house is filled with this amazing and strong voices of our guests, and everybody is super happy. It's quite emotional moment because those songs are about love, about faith, about traditions, about death, sometimes about mothers. So I think this is the most beautiful, and people are singing a lot during the weddings. For example, in Ukraine people bake this amazing bread sweet bread that is called vai, and the women would come together and they would start singing these special traditional songs about the marriage, about how this girl will be married soon and she will come to live in the house of her husband, and about all those beautiful things. They're a little bit sad, but they are also sort of wishing. And the last very old but very beautiful tradition, that every evening, because Ukrainian families used to be very big, up until 12 children or 11 children, and every time when family was seated around the table, the father would first take the spoon and would start to eat, and everybody would have to wait on his sign, and only then the whole family could eat. The same when you are visiting the house. It doesn't happen anymore, but I was thinking it's so beautiful, you know, because everybody respected the host, and he used to start his meal first and then the rest would eat after. I think every one of us should create their own traditions. For example, in my family, I started to create my own tradition, and this is on every Sunday morning. I am cooking this extremely healthy, colorful and beautiful meal for my family, and we are sitting around the table as long as we can. We talk about the whole week, we are planning, or just laughing, or just in silence. But there is one golden rule: no discussions, no negative conversations around table, because it's actually also influencing how much food you're gonna eat. It's influencing your appetite, it influences your image about food. So try to avoid any discussions around the table. And you know what, create traditions, cherish them, love them, and pass them to the next generation. So I hope this episode was interesting for you, and I would really appreciate your likes and comments. And please comment below, what are your traditions? Do you have some traditions at home? And I would definitely appreciate this, and I would share it on my social media. Don't forget to subscribe to my Instagram, my TikTok, my YouTube, and just let's keep in touch. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next episode. Bye for now.